Good morning, 6:01 on a Friday, and as Vancouver looks for answers in the wake of the Stanley Cup riots, many around the city are trying to restore our civic pride by showing the world that most of us are a lot better than that. And what better way to do that by doing this, volunteering to clean up all the damage and the mess that has been done. And mobilized by social media, volunteers turned up in droves to help with the cleanup. Many say they want the world to know that the rampant vandalism and looting is really not what Vancouver is about. In fact, far from it.
I want to show the world that we're not really wild zoo animals like everyone saw yesterday. That was
still a beautiful
That wasn't
city.
us, that wasn't Vancouver fans at all.
I have a lot of friends now that live in this city and have for a lot of years that are now thinking of moving, just because if this is how we're going to treat the city after losing a sporting event, then, you know, what do we have to be proud of after that?
I just want to mention too, like I'm wearing the Canucks colors today, and you know, we on Breakfast Television actually intended on doing this yesterday, but you know, with all the news of the riots, it just didn't seem appropriate. And it's interesting because on Facebook there's been this whole initiative, as there has been with the cleanup, for people to wear their Canucks colors today in support of the Canucks, in support of the VPD. So if you want to go to my Facebook page, we've also got the link on the Breakfast Television Facebook page as well. It's just one more way to show how much we love our city. And one of the best stories I have is when I was walking down Granville yesterday, I did see that wall, that pride wall, and I also saw a little 4-year-old boy who was with his mom wearing his Canucks gear, had his flag, had his hat, and he was washing graffiti off of one of these walls, and I thought that was just, you know, really heartwarming.
Well, the cleanup has been simply amazing, and I'm glad you're wearing the colors, Don. Thanks. I saw a lot of sweaters and Canuck jerseys out last night, the T-shirts as well. Canucks pride lives on. It's not just about wearing it on game day. If you're a true fan, you will continue to wear it.
On Wednesday night, it was the center of the mayhem. Looting, fires, and massive crowds. Today, the downtown Bay has become the post-riot rallying spot for locals and tourists alike. This is now called the Memory Wall. Messages have been written by hundreds of people on the boarded-up walls of the department store. Most condemn the behavior of the rioters, and they're trying to send a message to the rest of the world about the real Vancouver.
I just wanted to let everyone know out there that this is not what Vancouver is supposed to be, and this is not what the Stanley Cup is about.
And both the mayor and premier toured the damage downtown, both signing the memory wall as well. The politicians are taking a hard line against the rioters, especially Christy Clark.
You won't be able to live in anonymity. You won't be behind your bandana or under your hoodie. We are going to do everything we can to make sure the public understands who you were. Your family, your friends, your employer will know you were a part of this, because this cannot happen in our city.
Vancouver has just spent the last couple months, hundreds of thousands of people celebrating peacefully and respectfully. We have an incredible track record with the 2010 Olympics. As for this small group of people to trash our reputation as a city is absurd. It does not define who we are as Vancouver.
Andy Fang Photography is where you look this up. And guys, if you can take a shot of the plasma, he's got shots of all of these volunteers, as many as he possibly could take, that came down to spend the time, pick up the garbage, and clean up our city. Real nice touch. And if you have the time, I've got this posted on my Facebook page as well. Check it out. And you see a lot of the Canucks sweaters out there. These are who the true fans are. Like to see that effort.
Absolutely, you got to put those jerseys back on.
A lot of pictures, a lot of international media covering what happened in our city, and there's one photo that stood out yesterday. You may or may not have seen this. If you haven't, well, take a look. People are calling him the Romeo of the Vancouver riot. Now, was it real? Was it Photoshop? Well, here's the story that's come out. Brett Jones, father of said Romeo, Scott Jones, over in Australia, said, "That's my son." So apparently the couple's been identified. Scott Jones, 29, lying on the street, embracing his girlfriend, Alexandra Thomas, who apparently had been knocked over by the Vancouver police. He was concerned about her, so he went in for an embrace, just to make sure she's okay. Really? If you're in the middle of that riot,
Seriously,
you want to slow things down for a kiss like that?
How do you kiss with tear gas in your face like that?
Well, at least if he gets emotional, he can blame it on the tear gas if the man cry breaks out.
Those
right?
are man tears.
My goodness. Okay, so that's the deal. And say what you want about it. Yeah, apparently he is a stand-up comedian. He is a bartender in Vancouver. And Vancouver photographer Rich Lamb, he caught that pic, and he didn't even realize.
No kidding.
There was a kiss behind it.
Around the world now.
Most chaotic place you've
You know, I had to really think about this, but I'd have to say while skiing.
Skiing?
Yeah. How about you?
Down the hill.
Well, it was sort of like on one of those little cat track things.
Very romantic.
Yeah, how about you?
I'd go back to the McCloskey School playground, dealt invigorating game of Red Rover, snuck in a smooch. It was grade 6.
You were calling someone over.
We don't need the names. She knows who she is.
I'll see you at the monkey bars after school.
We had a moment.
Look at that, Riaz. This is the way you want to start the day.
Rise up. It's Friday. We have some sunshine and the spirit of Vancouver coming back. Yesterday, a lot of people came to clean up our city. Thousands, in fact, volunteered. Big thank you, much respect to each and every one of you. And there's the wall, the Great Wall of Vancouver, as some are calling it. And I think just a phenomenal way to bounce back in terms of sharing the spirit, sharing the message.
Yeah, you know, you think about the variety of emotions that we've been through since the Canucks lost, and then watching the streets happen, there are things going down the way they happened, and so then you're embarrassed, you're humiliated, and then you wake up the next day and you think this is going to be a real grind, and then you see people like this coming out on Facebook, showing up on the streets, helping to clean things up and just try to restore Vancouver and our image again. It's really embarrassing, you know, to see us on the world stage like this.
Yeah.
But you know, the Vancouverites and the people that live in the city really helped to restore.
This right here was last night.
Yeah.
I went down there because I just wanted to check out the scene and get a feel for it. VPD had a car outside and people leaving Post-it notes just thanking the efforts of the officers on the ground. I know the police force has taken a lot of criticism for not being prepared for this, but hey, there were people that put themselves in danger to keep our city safe and to keep the people of our city safe. So thank you for those efforts. And quickly, let's roll through some of the messages that some people were writing. This is the real Vancouver. And go down to this wall and check it out, because who knows how long these boards are up. But you get a feel of, yeah, celebrating the fact the Bruins, you know, they were the better team in the series. They won. Go Canucks 2012. That's one of the Post-it notes on the car. And, of course, people try and get political. Looks like the HST is staying. Thanks, one person.
Yeah.
And, you know, the referendum's coming up. We'll deal with that as well. But hopefully they do something in terms of creating a shrine with those boards. Those are good messages to represent who we are, and I would like to see that stay in some form.
Absolutely.
Okay, one final break here on the show. Good news is it's Friday. We'll set up Monday for you, and Father's Day on Sunday as well. Come on back.